Hey everybody, Sister Fantastic here, and welcome to Try It On Tuesday. And today I've got for you the new e.l.f. Chipotle palette, and we're going to get into this in a few minutes. I also have a couple of other products that I want to try on for you today. I've got a lip balm from Pixie, and this came in an Allure box. It's called Ruby. And I also have the e.l.f. Prismatic Lip Gloss, and this is in the shade Imperial Topaz. And I have an xoxo eyeliner, dual-ended eyeliner, and the sharpener for that. So I thought we'd try those things out, and then we'll just see where this takes us today. So first of all, what I need to do is get my brows on, get my base and my brows on. So let's just get right into this. I'm gonna wet, I've got a water bottle here, and I'm gonna wet a beauty sponge, and we're going to put these things on my face. I wanted to do an eye look for you guys using this palette today because it's fairly new, and I know that some of you are probably wondering, is it any good, you know? And so anyhow, I had St. Patrick's Day in mind when I was shopping online, but you know, you really have to shop farther in advance than what I did in order to prepare for those type of holidays and events, you know, because by the time that shipping is delayed and all those type of things happen, you don't have any time to, you know, get it filmed and, you know, posted and all that kind of thing. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna go in today with the e.l.f. Camo Cc Cream, and I've already moisturized my face and everything, and so I'm just gonna get right into this, and I'm just gonna put one pump here on the sponge and see where this takes us. I find that if I use my fingers, I get the most full coverage on this product right here, and when I use a brush, I get the next fullest coverage, and then when I use a beauty sponge, that's when I get the most sheer coverage. And so anyway, my skin, today I'm just gonna go for just a sheer coverage. Even though this is a full coverage foundation, you could, you know, would definitely get quite a bit of coverage even with a beauty blender. But anyway, we're going to shear it out just a bit. Just a bit. We're not going to go for a real heavy look today. I'm just going to go for a daytime look. I am going to use some concealer though, because my circles, spring weather, you know, the pollen's high. I'm not really allergic to anything, but I do find that when the pollen count is high, that, you know, I do have a bit more puffy eyes, and I find myself, you know, clearing my throat a little bit more, or waking up, you know, where I have slept with my mouth open, you know, things like that. So anyhow, I want to definitely cover up these circles, these eye bags. So I have a new concealer today also. This one is from e.l.f. and it's in the shade Fair Warm, which looks like it might be a bit dark for me, but we'll see. And I chose this shade because I felt like a warm shade would, you know, the yellow and the warmness would counteract the purple circles. So let's just see how this works. And I can build it up if I need to. Which I think I'm going to need to. So let's just go on with another little dab of that. Just right there. I like the applicator on this concealer because it holds a lot of product, and if you don't scrape it off, you know, on the side of the container. When you pull it out, when you pull the wand out, you can just about cover the whole T-zone and, you know, everything you want to cover with what is right there on the applicator. But today I'm not going to go in heavy. I'm just trying to, this eye right here looks really red and tired today. Anyway, we're going to roll with it. But I like this concealer. I think it works really well. Okay, I am going to dive right into this palette. And when I finish the eye look, what I'll do is I'll go offline and I'll do my brows and we'll do some mascara and, you know, all those good fun things. So let me find me a good fluffy blending brush. I use this one from Alamar Cosmetics. And these shades are named, but the plastic thing was attached like in a circular way all the way around. So you had to cut it off just to get the palette open. But I did keep the part that had the names on it so that I could share those things with you. So I think let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 mattes. Let me just share those mattes with you. This green is a matte, this orange is a matte, this brown and this brown, and that this white like a bone color are mattes. So I think I'm going to go in with this warm brown. That might be a mistake, but anyway, we'll see. We'll just go in light and see if we can build it up. I didn't want to use the very lightest color in the crease because I might want to use that in the brow bone area. This is pretty warm shade. I like this. I like the color scheme in this palette. I would have never, a year or two ago, I would have never worn these warm greens like this. Because, I don't know, they just, they're popular right now because, you know, they remind me of avocados and, you know, things like that for like if you're going to go eat Mexican food. Or green salsa verde or whatever. But a couple of years ago, I probably would have never ever dove into that. An emerald green, yes, you know, or a bluish green, yes, but not these yellowish greens. I'm not a big fan of yellow, to be honest with you. I think it washes me out. It makes me look like I'm kind of halfway sick, which would be great for grunge looks, but okay, so that's pretty good right there. All right, let's go in with another brush and let me use this one here by Luxie. This is the 205 Tapered blending brush, and I want to go in with this beautiful dark green right here. I'm just gonna head right into it. And the thing I like about the Luxie brushes is that they're duo fiber and they are light, so that means that they're going to pick up the product in a light way, and you can get them on without feeling like you're overdoing it. I find that the more dense brushes pick up more product, and then you have a more challenging time to blending them out. So I'd rather, my approach is to, especially on intimidating colors like this, to me, my approach is to start out light and then build up. Because the last thing in the world that I want to look like is like I've been dotted in the eye and I'm recovering from bruises. And these kind of colors can get that way really quick. Purples and yellows, you know, mixed together can do the same thing on my skin tone. And when I look at myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, have I been in a fight? And, you know, it's kind of frightening. So makeup is meant to enhance your beauty, right? Not make you look like you've been in a fight. But I do like purples and I do like greens, but I just have to be careful when it comes to mixing them with warmer shades that have quite a bit of yellow in them. Okay, I think I'm going to go in a little bit more and just kind of keep working at it. I really like this color. I think it's a pretty color. And one thing about using a color that's, you know, opposite of your eye color is it's going to make your eyes, the color of your eyes really pop. So I'm hoping that's what this green look is going to do. So maybe just a little bit more on this eye. It's easy to get into a rut and you find something that looks good and that works for you and you just use it. You know, you do the same thing all the time and you never switch it up. And I mean, you never can tell. You can find something else that looks equally as good, if not better. You know, you just keep improving all the while. Okay, I'm going to smoke that up. And I'm going to smoke it up over here as well. Okay, now let's see here. I want to try a couple of these shimmers. Wow, they are so pretty too. Let's look at that gold, y'all. Isn't that nice? All right, let me go with this gold right here on the lid. Ooh. That is so metallic. All right, and then I'm going to go with this greenish gold right here on the outside. And I'm just taking those shimmery shades above my crease just a bit, just to kind of help with the fact that I have such hooded eyes. Those blend really good together. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. Oh, got a little bit of fallout right there where I might have touched it with my finger. So I'll have to clean that up, but no problem. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna find me a wipe here and get that up before I go on with what's going on. All right, let me go off camera. I'm gonna clean that little place up. I'm gonna do my brows and put on some blush and bronzer and what have you, and then we'll come back and we'll finish this eye look. All right, everybody, I'm back. I put on my brows, put on some bronzer and some blush, cleaned that little area up there, and put a little more concealer down. And because I had wiped some of it off, and then I set the concealer. So anyway, now I want to work on the bottom lash line before I put on mascara and stuff. And I have this little palette here called Hot Jalapeno from e.l.f. and it has some similar shades in it to what I've already used. However, this dark shade here, I want to use that like in the lower lash line and just to deepen up the crease a little bit more. And so I just wanted to try that, and then I want to do a swatch comparison between those 3 shades in the palette compared to what's in the Chipotle palette. So I'm just going to go right here on the lash line. And just create like a false wing, but I want to kind of smoke it up into the other shadows. Just like an outer V. A little bit of work here in the outer V. But just real smoky and real subtle and soft. Just, I'm going for like a soft smoke. And I'm not going to carry that all the way over, just about halfway over, something like that. Like that. So that when I open my eye and I relax my eye, you can see that darker shade up in this section of the eye. And I create like a winged effect. That's a really pretty color too, by the way. Very pigmented. If you have this palette, this little hot jalapeno palette, you'll have to let me know down in the comments. I feel like between, other than that one shade that I used at the very beginning called Pinto Beans, the other 2 greens and the gold are real similar to these first 3 shades right here in the hot jalapeno palette. But we're going to swatch them. We're going to compare here in just a second, because I want to see, you know. But this Chipotle palette's got some really pretty warm shades. That warm brown that I used, it's called Pinto Beans. Then there's that orange, and then there's a darker brown and a shade called Mild Salsa, which is like a reddish orange. It's a shimmer. And then there's like a purplish brown in the shade in the palette called Fajita. Anyway, we just need to swatch them. So again, I'm just working mainly right here in this outer corner, in this outer V area, and we're just going to smoke it up and out and just blend it right into what I've done here in the lash line, and creating like a cat eye effect. I'm going to relax my eye and look straight ahead, and I'm going to smoke all this right here up and blend it out. And it's a very pigmented shade in this hot jalapeno palette. And you can see how it's easy to get carried away. I think I got carried away on that other eye. Now I need to smoke this one up a little bit more to make it match. That was a clean brush I started with. So I find that the first time I load the brush up, it doesn't really go as far, but the second time I load the brush up, which is what I did over here for this eye, there's like some residue from what I had worked on already in the brush, and it's like it goes farther. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. And I'm gonna swatch these, and I want to see these first 3 shades. I want to see how similar they are. Okay, I'm gonna space them out. Okay, I had to swatch this one called Lettuce. Not Lettuce, but the third one in the hot jalapeno palette. I had to swatch it twice because it's a matte and it was kind of patchy, it seemed like. But anyway, okay, there's the gold and there's that shimmery green, and then there's that third one. Okay, now let me swatch them. Let me wipe my fingers off. And then I'm going to swatch the similar shades in this Chipotle palette. I just out of curiosity. So what do y'all think? Let me do that green one again. So they're super close. Not exact dupes on that dark green one, but the other two are so close I don't think you can tell. So anyway, I feel like if that's all you're interested in this palette is those greens and that gold, then you could probably skip this palette, because other than that, everything else is pretty, I mean, in the brown family, you know, and we all have palettes that are, but if you want it all together, of course, I'm not trying to discourage you from buying it, but anyway, this little palette is like $3, $3.99, something like that. It's really low price, and it packs a punch. So anyway, just for the sake of swatching, let me swatch this fourth one here, which y'all can see. Boom, it's almost like a black. It's a really super dark green. Okay, so there you go. So that's basically what I have on my eyes, other than that brown shade from the start there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off. I'm going to finish the look with the lashes, and I'll come back and we'll do a lip look together. Alright, y'all, I'm back, and I did my lashes and mascara and everything, and now I want to go in with this eye pencil from Ico. It's a dual-ended eye pencil, and there's a light brown. It's got a shimmer in it on one end, and then on the other end is a matte, which is a really dark one. They're both really super creamy. So I think because the top is so heavy with these lashes, that I'm going to go in with the lighter one, and I'm just going to work right here underneath the lash line, and because I didn't put any eyeshadow there, so I'm just gonna line underneath the lash line with this shimmery brown and just connect that to the corner. And then I'm gonna do a lip look with you guys. These are really super creamy. You could probably soften these really easy by using a brush. So anyway, but for the sake of time, let's just move on. And I'm going to try these lippies for you today. I'm going to go in with this lip glow from Pixie. It's in the color Ruby, and it's like a lip balm. And you can hear it. It's got a screw up. So anyway, I'm just going to go in with this first. And it has a bit of a tint. I like the applicator. It makes for a precise application. Okay, so there's that. You could wear that alone if you wanted to. Now I wanted to try this Prismatic Lip Gloss in the color Imperial Topaz, which is a really pretty, like a metallic brownish orange. So let's just see what this does. And I'm going to do it on top of this lip balm. And this is pretty sheer too. You think by looking at it in the container it's going to be really super dark, but it just adds that peachy glow that goes really well with these greens. Okay, so a little bit of highlighter, and then we're done. Then we're going to be done. So I'm going to go into this Complex Culture highlighter that I used the other day, and I'm going to just highlight the cheeks a little bit. Add a little bit right there on the nose. And I'm not going to add any highlighter to the brow bone today. This highlighter is beautiful, y'all. It's not over the top at all. It's just a really beautiful glow. And then once you set it down with some setting spray, it just seals everything in with the rest of the powders on the face, and it just makes for the most beautiful sheen. So that's what I'm going to do. Set all that down and let that dry. And that is the look today, you guys. I used these big old flattery lashes because all the other ones I had in my container that I've been using are pretty well used up, and I'm ready to throw them in the garbage and just use the good ones that I had. So I'll have to break out a new pair soon. So anyway, that is my first impressions on the e.l.f. Chipotle palette. This is a beautiful palette, y'all. We should have swatched. Let me see if I can swatch just a few more of these for you guys. Let's go across this bottom row. That way you can see some more of these colors. Alright, I'm just going to go right here. Oh my gosh, look at that orange, y'all. And this is that shimmery purple brown. It's just some really beautiful warm shades. So I definitely need to come back and use that orange. That is pigmented. Woo! So anyhow, there she is. I like the names of the shades, y'all. So cute. Lettuce, guac, corn salsa, mild salsa, pinto beans, black beans, white rice, brown rice, and then the four that I just swatched: green salsa, hot salsa, sofritas, and fajita. So that hot salsa, that is calling my name right there. Boom, boom, shakalaka. All right, you're gonna have to let me know what you think about all these products. What do you think about this green eye look with these huge eyelashes? This one right here keeps trying to come up in the corner, but anyway, it's kind of stiff. The band is stiff. So if you have any tips for me on how to loosen a lash band, I've worn these about 3 times and they still feel kind of stiff. This is a really good creamy eyeliner. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. I'm about to sneeze. I gotta go. Alright, I love y'all. Thank you for watching. God bless you today is my prayer. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.